Hey guys, this is Abhishek from CEO Funcell Games, and I would love to thank NGC for giving me an opportunity here. And they're doing a great job, bringing all the community of game developers and publishers together. And I would like to start by saying the topic they have given me is "Don't Give Up," which actually suits me the most in the world because I made my first game in 2009 when iPhone was launched. Like it was just 6 months or so, and I was always an avid gamer. And when iPhone was launched, it gave me an opportunity to, for the first time, to make games rather than just play it. So I did some research. I did not know coding that time. I found out some game development companies in India. They had also just started. So I got hold of this company called Game Annex in 2010, and I asked them to. I had a lot of ideas that time, and I asked them to make my first game. And then it was a very long story of don't give up for like 8.5 or 9 long years. Luckily, I had another, side running business, my family owned business to support me in this. I would like to thank my family for having the faith in me, and that's why I could make it to this stage where I am today. So the topic "don't give up" is very easy for a successful person to say, but if you ask all the struggling developers in the world, which are many, trust me, for them it is not that easy. They will never say "don't give up." It's only the ones who are successful will say "don't give up" because they have faced that and they are now achieved success. But it's not that easy for a upcoming studio or a struggling studio to say that. But I would like you all to not give up hope because, as in Shawshank Redemption, like it's hope is the best thing. In fact, one of the greatest things in the world, and no good things ever die. But there are few things to be noted here. If you don't give up, it's fine to say that, but there are situations in life which force you to give up, which although you want to continue, but life gives you in some circumstances where you are, forced to give up even without your will. In our gaming community, lots of studios are currently going through a financial crisis where they are just making prototypes and burning money, but the prototypes are not getting successful, and everybody has this question like, when will I have that first single hit? And trust me, when you have that hit, it's like no stopping you. But maybe one out of 1,000 or maybe 10,000 studios, developers or studios get that hit. So we see the top charts and we see, oh my god, this game is such a silly game and it's in the top chart, so I can make it. I can also be one of these and earn millions. But it's not all that hail mary. So first of all, you have to understand that to reach the top spot, you have to really work your ass off. First of all, you have to understand that when you're making games, it should not be counted as work. If I asked you that you want to make games and do you want to do it for the rest of your life, and the answer which should come from your end should be that yes, I don't making games is not like work for me. It's pleasure. In fact, if you take my case, vacations are work for me because I love this making games give me orgasms. So it should be the same in the case. If you want to succeed, only not giving up will not help unless you truly love in it, in love with it. So yeah, first of all, you have to ask yourself whether I'm ready to do it for the rest of my life, and whether I'm ready to devote all my 24/7 on it. So if you get that answer and ask yourself and get the answer yes, then the next point will be the financial angle, where you will again be struggling that for how long I can continue spending on making games. How long will I go on burning maybe your own money, your family's money, your friends' money, or whoever? Because it's not that easy to get the finance from VCs and all. It may sound simple, but to approach them and to get the money you want to continue doing business is quite difficult. So we come to the point that what should you do to burn at as least as possible amount of money and still make that hit. What I did was, for the first 8 years, I was just following the top charts. I was trying to recreate them with slight differences, and that was a big mistake. You should follow the top charts, as I said yesterday, and it's definitely it gives you a guidance, but you should not be blinded by it. You should definitely think of uh, understanding the trend from the top charts, but from TikTok and from wherever you want to take the trend, you can take it, but just blind following it will not help. You will have to do, if you are in it 24/7, then you will think of making games all the time. When you're watching TV, when you're talking to your friends, anything that comes out from their mouth, anything you watch in the TV, anything you listen anywhere, any music or anything, your mind should always be alert that it's always thinking about games. So I was watching this Discovery Channel, how a human body is made. And since my mind is always thinking about making games, so it automatically stuck that nobody has ever done it. Had made a game on how a human body, what is inside a human body, where is the kidney, where is 90% of still people still don't know where's the kidney. They think it's down, but it's quite high. It's above the near the just below the on the chest area. So I thought that since it's the human body, why not make something like that? But the idea came from the Discovery Channel. So what I would like to tell you is that you should always have the making of games in the mind, behind working, always whatever you see, you observe and you follow it. Now, that's not enough because you have to research. Making games is not that easy as it sounds. Although nowadays you just make a prototype and test the CPI, but still that also requires, some uniqueness. You have to be unique in your thought. You have to see the top charts, but understand that replicating it will not help you. Although sometimes some companies have become big. I don't want to name anyone, but they have become big by just copying the top game. But it doesn't work for every one of us. Uh, Try avoiding that. There are many sites where indie developers post their games which they have developed, but they are brilliant ideas. They are posting on itch.io. So I some of my games have been inspired by itch.io, playing games on itch.io. In fact, my first hit, Idle World, was inspired by somewhat itch.io, and then we carried forward to it. But hyper casual market today, you have to learn to kill the game. You have to learn to understand that it's not don't get attached to one game. If it's not good, if not getting good CPI on the first test, then forget it and move on. But again, the question comes, how long can you keep on trying and testing? So to answer that simple is, you have to brainstorm and come up with ideas and then kill 9 out of 10 ideas before making it. So that you take guidance from your friends, you take advice from whoever is in your team, what's working, what's not working, what should we do. But don't keep on making just keep on making games with no point and just moving forward and getting disappointed on every CPI test. I've done it more than 550 times or 600 times, maybe 100 times last year only. So yeah, you can keep on going, but that will be difficult, to go on, carry on, if you're not making money. If you have a hit game with you, and then yeah, you can try everything you want. But as long as the pressure of finance is behind you, uh, you have to be very careful. And if you are 100% sure that you have the mindset and the will and the strength to go forward, then bet everything on it. Don't care to even mortgage your house or whatever it takes. I would have done the same if required. But if you have self confidence that you will make it, then you should go for it. Because nowadays, in my time, it was not the and no financial help was there from the publishers. There were no publishers till 2017. There was no publishers who were coming out and asking developers to give them game. In 2019, this trend started, and it's been just 3 years. And the hyper casual industry is, in fact, that long, because with these publishers coming out forward and asking all the game development community to come and submit their games for test. Now it's become so huge that they're not talking to every single developer, and they're not testing everything. Because if imagine if I am a publisher and if I get 500 games every day to test, I need to spend at least 300, $200 for every game. So your game has to be different and, catch the eye of the publisher. It should be such that when the publisher just sees the icon or the screenshots or the video, he says, "My God, this is something different." Although if it fails, it's not your mistake, but at least you can give it a shot and you can get in the good books of the publisher that yes, this guy is different. This guy makes games that is not like what everyone is making. So the first and foremost thing is to come up with ideas which are not there around, and it's very difficult. I know it's easy to say that, come up with ideas which are not around, and the whole world is making games. There are 7,000 to 10,000 games released every day. Trust me, with this nowadays the concept of CPI testing, we just make 2 or 3 levels in the game and we launch. So I can probably launch a game every day with my team strength, although we launch 3 games a week. But still, it's become quite easy to make games and launch it. But I would like to say that it's better to do some research before coming out with your game. See for yourself that does it look different from what is around, because that is what's going to get you the low CPI. uh, Let me tell you how this concept of CPI works. 99% or 100% of the publishers test the game on Facebook and in United States. So first you have to check the trend going on in United States, and what is moving on there, what kind of games people like in United States. And then you come up with an idea which will on the first, because your ads are shown in Facebook. Now Facebook people are scrolling down and they just get 2 seconds or 3 seconds to watch what you've made, just 2 seconds. So the first 3 seconds of your ad should have enough impact for that person viewing your ad to stop and watch at least 10 seconds of your ad. Now if you have attained that, you have a winner in your hand 90% of the time. If you just stop and look at, if the use if the the person using the Facebook watches your ad and he stops and looks at your ad for 10 seconds, that's half the battle won. But what will you make that will make them stop? So that is the question you should ask yourself. Use Facebook, scroll down, and see all the games ads which are coming, and you realize and think. Ask yourself that will my game? Will people stop at my game? Will they watch the ad? So this is the question you ask yourself, and if you have the answer, then go ahead with that game. Make only 2 3 levels. It doesn't cost much, but it has to be different. Now regarding, again, coming up, don't give up. Now suppose you're doing everything in the books and you're doing every possible move to make a hit game and it's still not working. So take a 6 month break. you know go on a vacation, go on a mountain. Maybe anywhere which gives you complete blackout. What I did was, when it's not that for 8 long years I was just making games. So by after in 2006, 17 or 18, I left my textile business, and I decided that you cannot eat the cake and have it. You have to choose one. Either you continue your textile business where there is some money and there is a sustainable life, or you do something which might risk it all, but you'll at least live your life. You'll at least love what you do. I was not loving my textile business. I was meant to make games, and I realized in 2018 that we in India we have a joint family system, so it was a kind of moving away from the family, although we are still very much together. But but I told them that no, my calling is making games. But then for 6 months I kept on making games, and all were failures, and I decided to take a break for 6 months. I watched TV serials. I watched Friends like 15 times, and I watched every damn serial. But I also did some work on Buddhism. I read Buddhism for 6 months, and it completely changed my mind, the process, how my mind works, the basic process. So then I came back. Of course I was not going anywhere without making a hit game. So don't give up. So I the hope was there that my only goal was to make a game which is world's number one. And that goal was achieved in 2020, where I had 3 games at a single moment in the top 10. So now next Okay, now next is that I become a company as big as Supercell. Yeah, there's no harm in dreaming. Steve Jobs said that only the people who can dream can bring a change in the world. So please don't stop dreaming. You can if I can do it, if a guy who did not know and doesn't know a single word of coding till date can make 12 published game in 2 years, anyone can do it. That's trust me on that. But you have to ask yourself, yes, are you capable enough to think different and come up with something unique which every single successful man has done. Once you know that, you start to keep working. Want to take a break. If you have financial issues, approach publishers, show them what you have got, and ask them for money. They will give you if you are unique. And that's the way you move forward. You can keep making, keep on trying. But definitely don't give up, because if this is your dream, you don't know what what a successful game can give you. The pleasure of seeing your game in the top charts is like nothing else. It's the best feeling in the world for any game developer. And moving forward, I would like to say that if you ever come to a point where you feel that nothing is working for you, talk to publishers. Take a break, talk to publishers, ask them that what are you doing wrong. Talk to your project managers. They have a lot to give these days. It's basically all in the creatives you make, and the creatives are made from the game you make. So are you making a wrong color theme? Are you making the wrong starting part of the ad? The few things just to focus is make the right color theme, make the ad attractive enough in the first 3 seconds, make it different, and make your game. Think about people do a big mistake here by thinking and planning the game completely forward in advance. Like, no, okay, how we'll make 10 levels, 20 levels, 30 levels. Don't worry about that. And just don't only focus on runner games. Hyper casual is a very big term. It was coined by, I think, in 2018 or 1918, and it was not meant to be for runner games. Runner games did not appear till that time, but hyper casual was coined before the runner games. So if you see, top 9 games are runner games. So you see, obviously runner games are working, but you don't know that the whole world is doing that. The whole world is making runner games. So where do you stand a chance out of 7,500 games, 6,000 are runner games every day? Do you think you have an opportunity? Think, think twice and ask yourself, can I do better? Can I do something different? There are games which are not runner games and are hugely successful. Another thing I would like to tell you is that don't be illusioned by thinking that the games which are in the top 10 are earning millions a day. Trust me, there are many games which are in the top 10 who are in a loss, because they or break even, maybe break even, because the companies want revenues. So if they're spending $100,000 a day on your game, and if they're getting $101,000 back, okay, it's fine for them, because the revenue will be shown as high as billion dollars, multi-million dollars. So don't get disillusioned by the thought that the game in the top charts are earning millions of dollars. Think of the game where you can make real money. Think of the games which can, attract the publisher, that yes, this game has the potential to give me some money and earn us some money. Because you have to understand that how long can you survive on just ads. So think of in-app ideas, or think of maybe RV ideas. Rewarded videos are really more, have much more higher ACPMs than interstitials, and these days it's getting higher. So try to give something in your game where the user is forced to click that rewarded video. They will know that I need this because I want to progress in the game. So there should be a progression in your game, and the person downloading the game should feel it, that I want to complete this game. I will not delete this game before completing. That should be the goal in making your games. And as long as you're doing that, you will soon achieve success. Nobody can stop you from doing that. And don't give up. Just that's all. So I'm ready for the Q&A if Alexander is around.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Abhishek. It was
Yeah, my
really,
pleasure,
really
Alexander.
inspiring.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you for.
wanted to give more time for the Q&A, because there are some questions which users want to ask, and we maybe I have not covered those in my discussion. So I kept it to 20 minutes, and I wanted to go it live because I that's why I did not give a pre-recorded version, because I wanted some more time in the Q&A, if we have any, of course, or I can
Yeah,
continue.
well, really great. I'd like to ask my first question to you before letting others do that. You have told a lot about being different, to think different, to go out of the box. Um, how do you do that at the stage of ideation? Do you share your ideas with someone? Do you discuss them with someone, or you do it alone? How do you solve it?
Yeah, so yeah, basically, as I told you, when the mind is 24/7 thinking of games, you will have so many ideas. Trust me, if I show you my idea sheet, I can I have ideas to make games for the next 4 years. So yeah, I
Oh,
write it down. I just write the basic one-liner idea, and then I keep on updating that. And then when we have the call with our game designers, which are very four core game designers who are as passionate as me, and we don't watch time. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. We are just discussing, because if you want to really make games, you don't see the time. Time doesn't matter whether it's 7 p.m. or 2 a.m. You just continue working on it, and yeah, the idea, if everybody loves it, wow, that's amazing. We have people who just tell me a blunt on my face, this is stupid. And when they say that, I purposely make that game, because that is what I want to hear. I want to hear that the game idea is stupid. It's really stupid, and that will work for sure, because coming up with a stupid idea is 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 what the world wants today.
thank you so
that
much.
that Mhm.
Thank you. Okay. The question is, my question is, what is your ideation methodology, and how do you finalize one for prototyping? Yeah. It sounds like the continuation of my question.
Yeah, I would
How
like
do
to
you
continue.
finalize?
Exactly. So as I said, the idea, if it sounds different, if it sounds unique, you are in the market every day, and you know what games are doing well, what games are on the top charts. And if you realize that, yeah, I can give it a twist and make it, you can give me any game, and I will make it a twist that you won't even realize that it's the copy of that game, because the twist should be such big enough that people will never realize that. So if you're not getting any ideas, if you're out of ideas, then look at the top charts. And for, let's say, example, if you see a game called hide and seek in the top chart, now how can you make it different? Think to yourself that we replace the human beings with something else, and we replace the house with something else, and you should just brainstorm in your mind that what can I do with this idea. They have given me the idea, a successful idea already. I just need to change the stuff and change the mechanism and the feel of the game. And if you can change and manage to do that, you don't have to work hard on that. You start the prototype. Prototypes take 2 to 3 days nowadays. You just need to make 1 or 2 levels to test the CPI. 3 levels, you have 3 to 4 videos. Just put them on Facebook. The publisher will put them for you. And in 2 days, you know the result. Okay, it's gone. Move ahead. Check the next one in the top rank and change it and make a game. If you don't have any ideas, of course. I would love to tell people that you should come up with your own ideas first and try it. You, as I said in the beginning, that watch TV serials, watch shows like Discovery Channel, Curiosity Stream, then watch games in itch.io. Just type a keyword, what is trending. Suppose word games are trending nowadays. As we see, last week there are 5 games in top charts and top 50. So write word game in itch.io, and there will be thousands of games made by indie developers who are suffering, who are struggling to get their game through. And you see that, yes, this has potential, but it never got the audience. So take the idea from there.
Cool. Thank you so.
itch.io, itch.io. It's my favorite site. I go to it every 2 days, and I search for ideas, and I spend hours on it. I don't realize it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sounds really great. Okay, probably a key question for everyone who's inspired to keep going. Uh, how do you personally decide which prototype should be killed and should be which one should be iterated on?
Exactly. Now, see, if you're working with a publisher, and you are obviously, so if the CPI if the CPI cost per install is less than 50-45 cents on Android nowadays, they will tell you to go ahead with the game. They will tell you to make some more levels and give them more creatives so that the CPI can come below 40 cents. So if you have got a CPI below 50 cents, that's good to go. That idea is good. You need to iterate them. You don't make the game right now. Just make few levels more so that you can make more ads. But if your CPI is $1 and you see that the play time is amazing, now your game people are playing it, but the CPI is high, then what will you do? The publisher will might as well tell you that you you can kill the game. It's $1. They just look at the CPI first. But if you are confident of the idea that the play time can be increased to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then you work on that on the side, while on the other side keep on making more prototypes for the games. It's simple. Just it's playtime and CPI. Retention comes later on.
Thank you so much. When you speak, nothing seems to be a rocket science, but believe not everyone has this clear vision. So I do appreciate a lot, and I believe our viewers do the same. Thank you so much for coming and sharing absolutely inspiring speech. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Alexander. My pleasure. And thanks to HGC. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.